In 1939, Germany seemed unstoppable. Within 2 years it had conquered most of Europe. But by 1945, it lay in ruins, its armies crushed, its leader dead and its cities burning. How did Nazi Germany, once the strongest military machine on earth, lose World War II? Today we break down the military mistakes, overconfidence, and fatal decisions that led to Hitler's downfall. At the start of the war, Hitler's army seemed unstoppable. Blitzkrieg, lightning war, brought quick victories in Poland, France, and the Low Countries. Even Britain stood alone, facing relentless air attacks. But these early wins created a dangerous illusion, that Germany could defeat anyone, anywhere, quickly. That illusion became Hitler's greatest weakness. In June 1941, Hitler made a fateful decision, to invade the Soviet Union. Codenamed Operation Barbarossa, it was the largest military invasion in history. He believed the Red Army would collapse in weeks. Instead, the Germans faced a brutal war of attrition. The vast distances, freezing winters, and fierce Soviet resistance turned a quick conquest into a nightmare. Millions of German soldiers died in the east, a front that would bleed Germany dry. While Germany's economy struggled under constant bombing, the Allies' factories were booming. The United States alone produced over 300,000 aircraft and 100,000 tanks during the war. The Soviet Union built massive numbers of T-34 tanks and Katyusha rockets. Germany simply couldn't keep up. In a total war, industrial power mattered more than ideology, and the Allies had it in abundance. Hitler's biggest enemy wasn't just the Allies, it was his own decision-making. He opened too many fronts at once: North Africa, the Atlantic, the Mediterranean, and the Soviet Union. By 1942, German resources were stretched thin. Troops were undersupplied, aircraft grounded, and tanks without fuel. The turning points, Stalingrad, 1943, and El Alamein, 1942, shattered the myth of German invincibility. Hitler was no longer listening to his generals. He refused to retreat when necessary and punished those who disagreed. He interfered in strategy, diverting resources from key battles to symbolic ones. His obsession with never surrender led to catastrophic losses. By 1944, Germany's generals knew the war was lost, but Hitler's pride wouldn't let him admit it. The Allies, despite their differences, worked together. Intelligence breakthroughs like the British Enigma code decryption gave them access to German plans in advance. The coordination between Britain, the US, and the Soviet Union was unmatched, from D-Day in the West to the Soviet push from the East. Germany fought divided enemies who had learned to unite. By 1944, Allied troops had landed in Normandy. The Soviet army was advancing from the east. Germany was trapped. Relentless bombings destroyed its cities, railways, and factories. By April 1945, the Red Army entered Berlin. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler took his own life in his bunker. Within a week, Germany surrendered. Germany lost World War II because of overconfidence, poor leadership, and underestimating the world's response. It fought too many enemies at once, with too few resources and too much faith in ideology over logic. The fall of Nazi Germany wasn't just a military defeat, it was the collapse of a vision built on hate, arrogance, and lies. In the end, history proved that no empire built on destruction can ever stand.